Hi all, welcome to instruction video number 4 related to modeling and finite element laboratory. Topics covered in this video are modal and harmonic analysis of beams. You know that a modal analysis determines vibration characteristics such as natural frequencies and corresponding mode shapes of the structure which is modeled. And harmonic analysis is used to determine the response of the structure for harmonically varying loads. Let us take an example. Fixed beam of 1 meter length having cross section 0.01 meter and 0.01 meter is to be solved for first 10 natural frequencies. Let us solve this problem now. Element type, I have to choose beam element for this, and options I have to set it to cubic form here. Then material properties, material models, structural, linear, elastic, isotropic. See, for all dynamic analysis problems, it is always better to model everything in SI units so that you get frequency results in hertz properly. So here in this problem, Young's modulus is 2.068 E11 gigapascal. I am modeling as it is 2.068 E11. Then I have to enter density value because it's a modal analysis. I have to give density value 7830 kg per meter cube. Click OK. Then cross section I have to define. Beam, common sections. So here the cross section is square. So 0.01 meter and 0.01 meter. Click OK. Modeling, create. Key points in active CS 0 first, and 1 meter is a distance, so give 1 meter second node, and for the third key point you give 0.5 because this is required for orientation. So lines, straight line from this point to this point. Click OK. Meshing, mesh attributes, all lines. Switch on the orientation key point, pick this as orientation key point. Size controls, manual size, all lines. You give 10 as number of element divisions. Mesh, lines, pick all. It is meshed now. Now go to solution, analysis type, new analysis, modal. This is a very important step. You have to switch the analysis type to modal. By default it will be set to static analysis. So now it is modal analysis. Go to analysis options and give number of modes to extract as 10 and number of modes to expand also as 10. There are different mode extraction methods. Don't have to change. Use the default method. So 10 you enter here. Click OK. Frequency range you don't enter anything. Click OK. Now give the boundary conditions. It is fixed beam. So apply structural displacement on nodes. Left node and right node you select together and say all DOF 0 here. So it is constrained fully. Fixed beam. Now solve this. Click OK. Solution is done. Close. Go to general post processor. See, when you click on result summary, it lists the frequencies in hertz. First mode 52.798 hertz, second mode also same hertz, third mode 145.43 hertz, fourth mode also same value, fifth mode is 284.83 and so on. Now we have to read the mode shapes one by one. So go to read results. First set means first frequency I am reading. Go to plot results, deformed shape, deformed plus undeformed. Click OK. See, it is deforming now. If you click on isometric view, you can see it is deforming in lateral direction. So you can animate this mode shape, deformed plus undeformed. So this is how it vibrates at that frequency 52.7982. Read results, next set, plot results, deform shape, click OK. See now frequency is same but the plane of vibration is different. This is called second mode of vibration. So it is in the front view, you can see the displacement now. You can animate this also, mode shape. So it vibrates like this. This is the second modal vibration. Like this you can pick any mode. You can go to by pick option. You pick which mode you want to read. Select that. Read. Close. So I am reading 7th mode now. Plot result, deform shape. Click OK. See in 7th mode it is vibrating like this. In XZ plane it is vibrating. If you animate, it's like this. So at 701.599 Hz it vibrates like this on XZ, in XZ plane. A shaft is there but 120 kg mass is hung. Neglect the shaft weight but mass you have to include and solve the problem, because shaft density is not given, so you cannot account the mass of the shaft. You have to model the mass element. Preferences, structural, okay. Element type, add, okay. Beam element you have to add, and along this beam element I have to add structural mass also. Mass element also I should add. Okay. Mass 21 options you have to change 2D without rotary inertia. 2D without rotary inertia you choose. Click OK. And beam 188 options you set it to cubic form. Click OK. Next, real constants you have to go. Add, pick mass 21 element, click OK, and give the mass of this element here. What is the mass? 120 kg. Enter 120 here. Click close. Then go to material properties, material models, structural, linear, elastic, isotropic. Young's modulus value for the shaft is 200 gigapascal, 200 E9. Click OK. Close. Sections, it's a circular section, so go to solid circular option, and diameter of the shaft is 40 mm, so 0.02. 40 mm is diameter, radius is 20 mm, so 0.02 meter I am setting. Modeling, create key points in ActiveCS. First I am setting 0, 0, 0. Next I want a key point at 0.25 meter. Then I want a key point at 0.7 meter. Apply. And I want a orientation key point at 0.5 meter. It is here. So lines, straight line from here to here and here to here. Go to meshing, mesh attributes, all lines, orientation key point you set it to yes. Click fourth key point. Size controls, all lines you give one element sufficient, and mesh lines. Now all lines are meshed, but the centrally at 0.25 meter I have to place a mass element. It is not modeled, so go back to modeling, create elements, element attributes. You set the element attribute to mass and real constant is 1, so keep everything else as it is, don't worry. Click OK. Go to auto numbered through nodes, pick this node, click OK. A mass element is modeled there. If I right click replot, you can see the mass element there now. So mass element is modeled. go to loads, define load, apply structural displacement on nodes, pick this node and this node, click OK, all DOF constraint. Now go to analysis type, new analysis, model, click OK, analysis options, number of modes to extract 1 because one mode is asked here, click OK, no frequency range, solution, current load step, OK. Solution is done. Let us see the results. Result summary will give us the frequency. 61.02 Hertz is the frequency. And if you look at the deformed shape for the first mode, it will be like this. This is the mode of vibration. You can animate the mode also. This is how it vibrates at 61 Hertz. Next, harmonic analysis. You know that harmonic analysis is to find the structural response for sinusoidally varying loads. You know that F is equal to F naught sin omega t. Such loads can be simulated here. Let us take this example. It's an axially loaded stepped bar. F of t magnitude is 100 Newton and you are supposed to solve it for a frequency range of 0 to 5000 Hertz. So let us solve this one. Set the preferences to structural, okay, and element type. I am solving the stepped bar problem. So link 180 element is sufficient. Material properties. I enter Young's modulus as 2.068E11. Poisson's ratio is given, you can enter it. And density value you have to enter here. Density value is 7830 kg per meter cube. Then sections. So link, add, first cross section, area is 1000 mm square. So 1000 E minus 6. 1000 E minus 6 meter square. Apply. Number 2, you have 50 mm square. So 50 E minus 6 meter square. Click OK. So two sets of cross sections are created. Create key points in active CS. First one is 0, 0. Next one is at 0.5 meter plus 0.5 meter. Orientation is not required here because it's not a beam problem. Straight line from this to this, 2 to 3. Next, meshing, mesh attributes, pick lines, pick the first line, set the cross section to 1. Is the cross section? It's here. Apply. Second element you select and choose a cross section to 2. Click OK. Size controls all lines. You can have one element because it's a link problem. Mesh lines, pick all. It is solved. It is meshed. Apply the boundary conditions. Define loads. Apply structural displacement on nodes. This node you pick. Constrain it fully. All DOF constraint. Next, on the right side, you apply the force on nodes. The right side node, you apply Fx of 100 Newton. Is applied. It's applied. Next, go to analysis type, new analysis, harmonic. This is very important step. Choose the analysis type to harmonic. Then go to load step options. Here, time or frequency frequency and frequency substeps. Here you enter the frequency range from 0 to 5000, and number of substeps you enter 100 substeps. Stepped loading you enter, click OK. Solve this. Solution is done. Go to, see, now you can go to time history preprocessor, post processor, and add the data here. Here there's a plus button, you can add data. Go to add data, DOF solution, UY component is choose, or UX component you choose because it's axial deformation now. Click OK. Pick the central node. I want to monitor the displacement of this node for this load. Click OK. See, the data is added here. You can see the data added here. See, data is added. See, one component is already there, frequency is already there, and I added this UX component of displacement, for which minimum value is so much and maximum value is so much. Now I can plot this now. I can plot this deformation by clicking on this graph data. If I click on this graph data, you can see this plotted. What is this? It is displacement in x direction for that particular node what I selected. It is at 0 Hz, it is so much, and as I increase the frequency, at some frequency here near to 1250, the displacement is very high. That means this is the resonant frequency. This is corresponding to first mode of vibration. Again, when you cross that frequency, it reduces and it becomes highest at some other frequency near to 4000 Hz. This is the second modal vibration. So these peaks represents the resonant frequencies. So now this is frequency versus frequency, displacement versus frequency. Now on the y-axis you can change the scale. Here plot controls, style, graphs, modify axis. Go here, change the y-axis scale from linear to logarithmic, click OK, and right click here, replot. You can see it is replotted now. Y-axis scale is logarithmic now, so you can change the scale also. This is how you need to solve a problem on harmonic analysis. That's the end of this video lecture. Thank you.